Over 5 trillion cigarettes are produced worldwide every year. Despite bans, warnings, and health campaigns, cigarettes remain one of the most mass-produced consumer goods on the planet. But what's behind this unstoppable conveyor belt? Before ending up neatly packed on store shelves, every tobacco leaf undergoes dozens of complex transformation stages. Cigarette production doesn't begin with machines. It begins with plants. Tobacco is grown on vast farms across the US, Brazil, India, China, and beyond. Certain varieties are especially valued for their nicotine content and distinctive aroma. Seedlings are first grown in greenhouses and then transplanted into prepared fields. These young plants receive precise amounts of water, sunlight, and nutrients, all of which form the foundation for future flavor. After 2 to 3 months, the tobacco plant reaches maturity. The leaves become thick, richly colored, and begin to yellow, a sign they're ready for harvesting. Harvesting is done either manually or using mechanical harvesters. Timing is crucial. The leaves must be picked at the exact moment of ripeness to preserve the right levels of sugars and alkaloids. The harvested leaves are sent to curing barns, where they are slowly dried over several weeks. Humidity, temperature, and airflow are closely monitored. This fermentation-like process reduces bitterness, softens texture, and enhances aroma. Different curing methods, including smoke, hot air, or sun-drying, produce different flavor profiles. For example, Virginia tobacco is hot air cured, while burley is typically air cured outdoors. Once dried, the leaves are sorted by size, color, and quality. Top-grade leaves are reserved for premium products, while coarser ones go into mass production. The leaves are then packed into dense bales, each labeled with type, origin, and date. These are stored in warehouses or shipped directly to processing plants, where tobacco may be aged for years to mellow the flavor. At the factory, the tobacco is unpacked and reconditioned with steam to soften the leaves. Next, large de-stemming machines remove thick veins and stalks, leaving behind only usable leaf material. The tobacco is then shredded, blended with other varieties, and combined with flavoring agents and additives, creating a signature blend recognizable to each cigarette brand. Modern cigarettes contain dozens, sometimes hundreds, of additives. Sugar is used to caramelize flavor, vanilla and chocolate to smooth harshness, and ammonia to enhance nicotine absorption. Some additives even create new chemical compounds when burned, part of a strategy to produce a milder sensation and taste. The finished blend is fed into vibratory sieves, which evenly distribute the material and remove dust and debris. From here, it enters the tobacco stream feeder, where it is formed into a continuous ribbon, ready to be wrapped in paper. The wrapper is made of specialized cigarette paper, designed to control burn rate and airflow. Some types include microscopic perforations to improve draw and reduce visible smoke. The filter, made from cellulose acetate, is attached at the end of the line using tipping paper, a decorative and functional strip that gives the cigarette its final appearance. On high-speed machines, long tobacco rods are formed, then precisely cut into standard 8-centimeter cigarettes. Production speeds can reach up to 20,000 cigarettes per minute. Each cigarette undergoes optical and mechanical inspection, checking for density, uniformity, and defects. Any unit that falls short is instantly rejected. Once cigarettes are formed, they enter the packaging department. Here, hundreds of machines pack them into blocks of 20, wrap them in inner foil to protect against moisture, and insert them into branded cardboard cartons. Each pack is sealed with a self-adhesive flap, then wrapped in cellophane film, which protects the product from dust and counterfeiting. Some brands add holograms, barcodes, heat shrink bands, and in some countries, graphic health warnings and bold anti-smoking messages. At the same time as packaging, the system prints serial numbers, shift codes, and production date and time. This isn't just logistics, it's part of a traceability system. If a defect is found in the future, the company can trace the product back to a specific shift and machine. Many factories are also connected to international tracking databases to control distribution and fight counterfeiting. The packed cigarette blocks are stacked onto pallets by robotic arms, then sent to automated, climate-controlled warehouses. Products may be stored here for days or months, depending on logistics plans. Strict controls are in place for temperature and humidity. Even minor fluctuations can affect flavor or reduce freshness. All parameters are monitored in real time. Cigarettes are exported to dozens of countries. To do this, factories work with logistics hubs, ports, and air freight carriers. Before shipping, each batch undergoes final checks for seal integrity, weight, and packaging compliance. Special attention is paid to customs markings and language-specific warnings. Each country has its own legal standards, and manufacturers must adapt accordingly. At first glance, it's just an 8-centimeter tube, but behind the shape lies serious engineering. Modern cigarettes are developed like precision instruments, from smoke yield and filter temperature to burn rate and draw resistance. Some brands use dual chamber filters, flavor capsules, micro perforations, and custom tobacco density, all to control flavor, draw strength, and even the sound of the puff. Inspection doesn't stop at visual checks. Cigarettes are evaluated using over 50 quality metrics, including filling density, diameter and length, weight, moisture content, burn consistency. Advanced tools like X-ray scanners, laser measuring systems, and milligram-accurate weight sensors ensure that every cigarette in every pack is consistent, no matter where or when it was made. Though cigarettes are a mass product, their flavor is the result of extensive testing. Factories employ trained sensory experts who evaluate aroma during burning, smoothness of draw, smoke density, aftertaste, and overall balance. These professionals follow international tasting protocols and assess dozens of samples daily. Their mission is to ensure the product remains stable, predictable, and recognizable to the consumer. Today's tobacco companies are working to reduce their environmental impact. This includes recycling tobacco waste, developing biodegradable filters, sustainable packaging, reducing CO, to emissions at production sites, using solar power and water treatment systems. Some plants are already certified as zero-emissions facilities, implementing eco-friendly innovations at every stage, from field irrigation to final delivery. The future of tobacco manufacturing lies in full automation. Factories are increasingly adopting robotics, AI-based control systems, IoT integration, and real-time analytics. Next-generation facilities operate as smart factories, able to detect failures, auto-adjust lines, and even modify recipes based on input quality. A cigarette is more than just a retail item. It's a cultural artifact. Behind every pack are layers of agronomy, chemistry, industrial design, marketing, law, logistics, and a deep understanding of consumer behavior. That's why cigarette production is considered one of the most complex and opaque sectors of the modern food and chemical industry. Now you know, a cigarette doesn't begin on the shelf. It begins in kilometers of tubing, hundreds of sensors, and thousands of precise decisions.